back over to Shea now, just about 4:45 here. And Shea, what are the things we need to know we head out the door today?
Well, it's another cold start this morning. Of course, not as cold as yesterday morning, but there's still a couple spots waking up at or below freezing, especially in the colder valleys of Cochise County. So you're going to want to bundle up this morning, but we have a nice warmth this afternoon, and then things are going to cool off a little bit more tomorrow thanks to a system passing by to the north of us. That's going to help pick up the wind a little bit. And as we work our way towards late next week, so we're looking at the next 6 to 10 days, we do have a chance for some additional rainfall and maybe even another big cool down. So we'll talk about that coming up too. Current temperatures, we are in the 30s and 40s again this morning, but temperatures are definitely about 4, 5, maybe 6 degrees warmer compared to this time yesterday, but still cold. So you'll want to have the layers because again, we're warming into the 80s this afternoon. You don't want to be, sweating with a turtleneck on. To the south end east, waking up below freezing in Wilcox, just barely above freezing in Douglas, same thing in Duncan, 49 in Portal, 46 in Sierra Vista, and sitting at 42 in Nogales. So definitely bundle up, but this afternoon is going to be gorgeous. Temperatures pushing a little bit more than yesterday by about 2 or 3 degrees. Mid 70s for Corona Day, Tucson and Vail. Pretty much low 80s for the rest of us except for the east side and Sahuarita, but overall pretty nice day today. And then overnight tonight, not as cold. So temperatures are starting to warm up in the overnight hours as well. To the south and east, mainly in the low to mid 70s today, with overnight lows dropping down into the 30s and 40s, but it looks like most of you should stay above freezing, even for our typical colder spot like Wilcox, only cooling off to about 36. Still cold, but not as cold as the last couple of mornings. Today's wind gusts, not bad at all, just around 5 to maybe 10 miles per hour, potentially around 15, 14 around 4 p.m. But tomorrow we have a system passing by to the north of us, so the wind will pick up a little bit more, not a whole lot here in Tucson, but out to the east, places like Cochise, Graham, and Greenlee County, we could be dealing with gusts around 25 to 30 miles per hour. So just be sure to secure loose objects just in case, especially for tomorrow. And here's a look at the system that's going to bug us tomorrow. That is going to drop down through the Four Corners region, bringing rain and snow into New Mexico. The only impact we're going to have is the wind, and temperatures will cool down too. We're going to go from the low 80s today to the 70s pretty much Thursday and Friday, back into the 80s though this weekend. So beautiful for the homecoming game, for Halloween weekend, even Halloween itself looking good, staying dry. But we're going to be keeping a close eye on this next area of low pressure that could impact us next Wednesday, potentially Thursday and Friday, by bringing us some pretty cold temperatures and maybe even some additional rain and maybe even snow for the higher terrain. Looking beyond the next 7 days, you can see our precipitation outlook is looking pretty good for the state, especially for, areas to the north. But even here, above average rainfall is possible. And it also looks like we'll have below average temperatures in the next 6 to 10 days as well. But for the next 7, looking pretty nice, a little bit below normal anyway, but not too far off from our average. Upper 70s to low 80s, feeling pretty good on Halloween. So if you're doing any trick-or-treating, it should feel pretty nice. That is a check of weather. Now let's go